Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear girls of grade 4? Now I will help you to revise lessons 1 and 2 from unit 2 for the quiz of this week. I hope you the best, inshallah. Bismillah. Question 1, this is an essay question. Of course, you know that the questions will not be the same. I can change these questions into true or false or multiple choice questions, but you should understand before you study. A. Why did the colonizers come to the Middle East? We explained this several times when we said they came here to build empires and take over the land, to steal the natural resources because they needed them for their factories in Europe, and 3, to control trade routes because they wanted trade to make money. B. Which two countries competed against each other for colonies in the Middle East? They were France and Britain. Which of them colonized Algeria? It was France. D. Which country colonized Egypt, when and for how long? Of course, you know that Egypt was colonized 2 times. The first time by France in the year 1798, and the French people stayed in Egypt for 3 years. Then Britain colonized Egypt about 8 years later in the year 1882, and they stayed in Egypt for 74 years. C. Why did the British seize the port of Aden in 1839? In order to protect their trade to and from India. These words are very important to understand. The word colonize means to take control of another country and control it by force. B. Rivals, people or countries who compete against each other. Empire is a group of countries controlled by one leader or one government, and the colonizers came to the Middle East to build empires. The historical source is something from which we can get information about history, like all the newspapers and the biographies of the people who lived during that time. Next, this lesson is about World War I. Question 1. Who were the Allies? Of course, you know that in World War I there were 2 groups of countries against each other. The first group was called the Allies. They were France, Britain, and Russia. And the other group was called the Central Powers. They were Germany, Hungary, and the Ottoman state. 3. Who ruled the Middle East before and after the First World War? Before World War I, the Ottoman Empire ruled the Middle East, and after World War I, it was France and Britain. Question 4. Why did this war start? In order to stop Germany from getting more powerful. 5. What was the results of this war? The Allies defeated the Central Powers and the Middle East was divided between France and Britain. That was the end and the result of it. The next question. Which part from the world did this war affect the countries of the world? Yes, it did. It affected the whole countries and the whole world badly. But there was one part from the world that was mostly affected. Question 7 is, which part of the world was mostly affected by World War I and how? It was the Middle East, because most of the fight during this war took place in the Middle East, and at the end of this war, the Middle East was divided after World War I between France and Britain. Question 8. When did this war start and end? It started in 1914 and ended in 1918. Actually, this war lasted and continued for 4 years. The last question, I want you to write your opinion about this war and how to avoid any other war now and in the future. This question, I just want to know how you think and how much you understand the lesson. Thanks for being with me, and goodbye till we meet again.